Cooler fall temperatures are perfect for enjoying your outdoor space, but if your lawn or garden could use a little bit of a boost, we have got a licensed landscaper and contractor, Sarah Bendrick, here with some tips. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how's it going?
It is going great, and I am happy to have you here. So tell me, how can a DIY homeowner save money on landscaping projects?
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways that you can save money with your landscaping projects, and I think one of the most important things is seeing your landscape as a whole, figuring out what you want to do and where, so that way if you plan it enough, you can allocate your funds to the most important parts. Another thing that you want to consider, especially this time in the market, because we've seen unavailability with products, we've seen prices go sky high. So I'm suggesting to people to be flexible with the materials that they're considering using and consider using alternate materials. And a great example is lumber prices went sky high and I had clients that still wanted privacy. So as an alternate, I suggested that we do some privacy screening with these vertical planters, which are made out of recycled plastic water bottles, and they just stretch across the frame and you can drop in your plants, which creates a really beautiful background. Another thing you can do for privacy that is very cost effective is adding some shrubs. This creates a nice privacy background to an outdoor room. You can let them grow tall or keep them kind of shorter. And then of course, if you're installing things like this, you want to make sure that you maintain them. So I've been working with Stihl, and I have their AK series of their battery powered tools. And these are all wonderful for maintaining your landscape, especially because one battery will interchange from, say, the chainsaw, if you need that, into your hedge trimmer so you can maintain your hedges, and then of course into the blower so you can keep up your landscape, because there's nothing worse than putting something in and not maintaining it.
That is so true. And since the pandemic created a lot of new DIYers, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you've seen?
Sure, some of the biggest mistakes are knowing which DIY projects to take on, and I suggest to everybody, whether everybody redoing their landscape, to consult with a professional designer or a professional contractor, whether they're going to hire some work out or just do it themselves, because they can get a lot of great advice from people in the area. So some things that I see are people doing the hardscape, which can be DIY, but if you don't do it right, it's one of those things that takes so much time that you want to make sure you get it right on the first go. Like these pavers here, if they were just set in dirt, over time they'd get very unlevel, creating tripping hazards and not look very nice. So either consult with a professional if you're going to do it yourself, or hire it out.
Very good advice. All right. Are there any design trends that you're seeing as people expand their indoor living space outdoors?
Yeah, so outdoor living spaces in general is a huge trend right now. Everybody's doing it, and there's certain ways that you can do it at different price points. For example, a fire pit in the center of a patio space, that's a wonderful thing. You could have that built in with masonry and stone and run a gas line. Or if you're on more of a budget, you might consider doing a wood burning fire pit, which adds just as much charm. You can get something like this that you drop in the middle of the patio. And then of course, to bring those elements together, adding in some solar lights. These are DIY projects made out of logs, and I have these planters that are also made out of logs. And if you check out DIYtipswithsarah.com, I can show you exactly how to build them. And that's Sarah without an H. So DIYtipswithsarah.com, no H.
Okay, Sarah Bendrick, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. Going to try some of those tips. We'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.